I'm not going to let Eden do this.
He's even more determined than Mason to break us up.
Please, Gina, don't ever compare Eden to Mason.
Sorry, I didn't mean anything. I like Eden, really I do. Well, maybe we should wait a while and not do this until she's ready.
We are waiting to give Cruz a chance.
No, I mean maybe we should postpone the wedding.
For a few minutes, maybe an hour, no more than that. I'm not going to let her run my life, no matter how much I love her or how badly I want her here. Look at me, I'm like a prisoner waiting for a verdict, praying that one of my children is not going to turn against me or become an enemy.
Oh, Cece, it's...
What's wrong?
I'm all right. It's just that, well, I hate to see you suffer like this, and she doesn't know how lucky she is to have a father like you.
She even blames me for sending her away to Europe.
Well, she has nothing to blame you for. I mean, whatever you did, you did for her. She doesn't appreciate you. You're loving and you're good. She's acting like a spoiled child. She's throwing a tantrum because she wants you all to herself. It's just a tantrum, that's all it is. And if she really loved you, she wouldn't be... She wouldn't...
I think she cares too much for me. Perhaps more than any of the others. She's worried about me now. As misguided as she is, she thinks that this marriage is a mistake.
Well, I never did anything to hurt her.
Oh, it's your background that frightens her. Your association with this criminal, Hank Judson. She doesn't think that you've completely changed.
Well, I have. You have to believe that I have. I'm not the same person.
You have to come and get married now.
I know, sweetheart. We will in a very short while.
I want you to hurry up, and the minister does too. Please, Mommy, please, Uncle Cece, you promise.
All right, Brandon, we'll be there very soon. We're just waiting for Eden to get ready.
Yes, sweetheart, why don't you stay here with us?
No, I don't want to. I want you to keep your promise.
We will, Brandon. Come on, now, please.
No!
I know what's on your mind. Timing's terrible. I don't want to hurt your feelings. Just leave me alone and let me go.
This has nothing to do with my feelings. There's
No.
something you don't know.
It has to do with my father picking a 6-year-old boy over me. He would rather have a stranger than his own flesh and blood.
I know why your father is so hung up on Brandon and why he wants to marry Gina.
Oh, yeah, Mason already knows the scoop on that. Because Cece wants to make another Channing. Because Channing was his favorite.
You've always known that.
No. No, I haven't. I knew he loved Channing. But I thought that we had a silent, secret bond. Yeah, so secret he didn't even know about it.
Your father loves you very much and you know it.
Yeah, but a mere daughter couldn't take the place of Channing. Only a 6-year-old boy.
There's a reason for that. Brandon is Channing Jr.'s son.
Brandon?
Brandon is Channing's son and Cece's grandson.
What are you talking about? Channing never had a child.
Yes, he did.
Go away.
It's me, Brandon. Mom and Uncle Cece said they're waiting for Eden before they get married. Eden, do you want to come in now?
Urgent. Not so urgent. You're very urgent. Urgent. She loves me not. She loves me. That's enough decision making. I'm tired. I need a break. Derry, if anybody needs me, I'll be working out in my gym. Oh, talk about the vicissitudes of fortune. I'll bet the latest Mrs. Capwell doesn't have to scrounge for change ever again. Here's to you, Gina. To the victor go the spoils.
Coffee, Mason?
Who is it?
Ginger.
Ginger who?
She seems all bent out of shape. She said some of her employees from the escort service were called in by the police for questioning. She wants to talk to you right away.
Tell her I'm not in.
But I already told
Tell her that I'm out. To everyone. Let 'em rot.
Officer, if he had just let me get my ID out of the car...
Look, you'll get your chance to tell your story when it's your turn. Now, just sit down, please.
Hey, wait a minute. It's not a story. You have to understand here, okay? My name is Ted Capwell, and this is my teacher,
Yeah, that's a word for it.
Hey, I've heard that one before, okay? I don't like it. Thank you. And what I was saying... Hey, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? Hey, cut that out. Stop. Cut that out, man. Hey, give me that.
some now, please.
Listen, buddy, Eden and I need to be alone for a couple more minutes to talk, so, then the wedding can start, either with us or without us. Want to go tell the minister that for me? Will you do that, please?
I guess, but do you promise to hurry up?
Sure, I promise. Just a couple more minutes.
Okay.
All right, thanks. What do you want to know first?
Is it true?
Yeah, it's true. Brandon is your brother Channing's son. Makes him your nephew.
Who's the mother? The real mother?
Santana Andrade.
Santana and Channing?
We're secret lovers.
How long did that last?
About a year. Then she got pregnant.
How could she have a baby boy without anybody noticing?
Well, your father found out about it and stepped in. He thought Channing was too young to be a father, so he convinced Santana to give up the baby.
Convinced? How?
She was scared. It was made clear to her that Channing would never marry her, and she was afraid of her own parents' reaction, so she let Cece arrange a couple months in Acapulco. Remember that? About 6 years ago, she went down there supposedly to look after one of the Capwell residences.
No. Vaguely. I remember Channing. He, became withdrawn and introverted and quiet, and I couldn't say anything to him.
Yeah, well, Santana's pregnancy changed a lot of people's lives.
What about Gina and Stockman? How did they get Brandon?
Well, your father arranged for the adoption. In fact, Santana never even knew what happened to the baby because he didn't want her to know. Eden, this has to stay between you and I. You realize I wasn't supposed to tell anyone, so please don't make me regret it.
Who are you protecting? Santana? My father? Channing's memory?
Brandon, mostly. Santana left town when she realized how much it had hurt him to tell him. I mean, she didn't even trust herself to be around him.
Oh, I am so sick to death of secrets in this family. I've tried to show my father who I am, to let him see me. But not with Channing's son waiting in the wings. I can never compete with that.
I think you have to make your own mark, Eden. You can't try to fill in for your brother.
Gina and my dad have been planning this merger. And I've been standing around wondering what the hell to do. How could he put me in that position? I feel like such a fool.
No. You see, the kicker is, Eden, Gina doesn't know that Brandon is Channing's son.
What?
She doesn't. She doesn't
She
have any
has
idea.
to know.
No, she has no idea whatsoever about the natural parents.
So Daddy's lied to her. He tricked her too.
I think he's just real scared. He wants to stay in touch with the boy.
How long have you known? Why did you keep it from me?
It wasn't my secret to tell, Eden. It was Santana's.
I thought you were my friend. I thought your loyalty was to me, not to her.
This wasn't a conspiracy against you. I mean, I found out about this accidentally myself. When Joe got out of prison, Santana went nuts and tried to kill him.
I don't care how you found out. That's not the point. My father has taken my feelings away, everything away. I expected a better treatment from you.
Doesn't it count that I'm telling you now?
What do you mean count? We're taking points here? Points for truth under voluntarily, or truth under duress? We both lose, Cruz.
What's the difference if your father wants to marry Gina and raise his grandson? You have a life apart from them.
Yeah,
Eden.
I will, as soon as I get out of here.
That's not true. Your life is right here. You don't have to feel threatened by a little boy.
Don't give me any child psychology. I don't need it. Don't you dare tell me how I feel or what I should do.
I'll dare to tell you because I love you.
I don't want to hear it. You and my father use love as like this controlling effort. You feed it to people when you think that they can get something from you, when it suits you. You're doing it to me now because you want something from me.
What do I want from you?
Commitment! This little box you've been throwing back and forth to me is in this little ring. Well, I don't want it. I don't want it at all. You've been being with me, and the whole time you knew this. And it makes everything between us a lie.
No, that's the stupidest thing you ever said. It must be wonderful to operate in a world where everything is black and white. Most of us mere mortals have to settle for the gray areas. Hell with this scene. What's happening? You want to go to the wedding or not?
Rick, all I'm asking is that Amy tell us the rest of the story.
There's no more to it. I mean, there was nobody else in her life then but Jeff.
Well, those lab reports on his sterility look pretty convincing.
Look, that creep wouldn't think twice about falsifying a lab report, Marissa. And how could you possibly take his word over Amy's? Look, she needs your support right now, more than ever.
Rick, I hate doubting Amy. But something is terribly wrong, and I know that. There's something more going on than just some weak man refusing to take responsibility for his action. Now, if Amy doesn't come to... Oh, heavens, if Amy isn't straight with us, then I don't know how to help her.
Look, whatever is wrong isn't with Amy. I think you're jumping to conclusions, and people that do always get hurt. Yes, you are.
How can you tell me about my... Hello?
I'd like to speak with Amy Perkins, please.
May I ask who's calling?
Yes, this is Joshua Friendly in Stanfield Lee's office. Do I have the pleasure of talking to Amy's mother?
Oh, hello, Mr. Friendly. Yes, this is Amy's mother.
How are you, Mrs. Perkins?
Oh, I'm pretty well, thank you.
You'll be pleased to know Amy's doing a fine job for her. She's a very hard-working young woman. In fact, I'm calling for Mr. Lee to ask if Amy's able to come back to the office this evening for just a few hours.
Well, I don't know. I mean, you'll have to ask her, of course, but I'm sure there won't be any problem.
May I? Thanks. Yeah, Mr. Friendly, this is Amy's friend, Brick Wallace.
Oh, yes. How are you, Mr. Wallace?
Amy is wiped out from a full day's work, and she really needs to rest tonight.
Mr. Lee won't need her for very long.
Yeah, well, she'll see you first thing in the morning. I'm sure she can take care of whatever he needs taken care of then.
May I please talk to Miss Perkins directly?
She can't come to the phone right now. She'll see you first thing in the morning, Mr. Friendly. Goodbye.
Just a minute, Mr. Wallace. You got the gist of that, I'm sure, Mr. Lee. Miss Perkins' friend Brick took it upon himself to turn down my request.
Did you really do that, or am I just imagining it?
It was easy.
You said no to Stanfield Lee without even asking Amy.
I plead guilty.
Well, you may just have cost her job. However, I'll let you tell her. I won't do it for you.
I guess she'll never talk to me again. But I think she needs some protecting right now. Maybe even from herself. And I'm going to see that she gets it.
Don't worry, Ted. We'll be out of here soon.
Yeah, I was just about to tell you the same thing.
I demand to see a judge.
Hey, let's keep it down, lady.
This is selective prosecution.
Selective prostitution never worked.
Shut up.
Excuse me, officer. Since Mrs. Parks and myself are allowed one phone call, I think we should...
Go ahead and make them.
And if we can prove who we are, then we can get out of here and...
Get some reputable people down here to vouch for you, and you're home free.
Well, that's exactly what we're going to do. Now, I'll call Mason at his office.
Don't answer it, Terry. Office is closed for the evening.
I think somebody there'd answer.
Well, let's go for contingency plan number 2, then.
Do we have one?
No, think fast.
Well, I suppose I could always call my father.
You want to do that?
No, I am not ready to hear my father say, I told you so. I mean, he warned me I'd get in trouble when I moved out of the house, and look what happens. I swear, that photographer, I am going to kill him. Do you have anybody at school maybe you could call?
Nobody I'd really care to see me down here if I can possibly avoid it. And I don't want to bother Amy. I certainly would hate to see her have that baby in the station house. On second thought, it's not such a bad place to have a baby.
Not too bad.
Hello?
Oh, Brick. Thank God you answered the phone instead of Amy. Hi, it's Jackie. Listen, I need you to come down and vouch for me at the station house. Something happened. Ted Capel and I were rounded up at a raid at his apartment, and I don't have my ID, and I need somebody to prove to the cops who I am.
Well, I'll be right there.
Oh, listen, Brick, can you get my passport out of my desk? It's in the top drawer.
Sure.
Okay, thanks.
relief is on the way.
Hi, honey. You're the cutest one of the whole bunch.
What bunch? Oh, that bunch?
How about we get together when we leave here, all right?
Excuse me, sir. This woman is not connected with these ladies at all, okay? And I don't think she wants to be bothered by you.
Who are you, Stretch? Your boyfriend or your little brother?
Hey, I'm warning you, all right? Get lost, okay? Thank you. Stretch?
Stretch.
Can I help you?
Yes, I'm looking for Amy Perkins. My name is Jack Lee.
Oh, J. Stanfield Lee?
That's right.
Mr. Lee, welcome. Come in. I just spoke with your Mr. Friendly. I'm Brick Wallace, Amy's friend.
Oh, you're Brick Wallace, the dragon who guards the princess.
Well, I'm not sure about the dragon part, but Amy sure is the princess.
Oh, I admire your devotion. As a matter of fact, the reason I came here was to apologize to Amy for summoning her back to the office tonight without an adequate explanation.
I didn't give Friendly much of a chance to explain anything.
I know. I thought I might do that myself in person. Is Amy around?
Well, she's taking a nap. She was upstairs getting ready. We're supposed to go out to dinner, but she's pretty wiped out. She fell asleep. I guess you know that she's pregnant.
Yes, I did know that. Well, good. I'm glad to hear that she's resting. Stupid of me to try to call her back tonight, wasn't it?
Well, she has put in a long day.
Yes, actually, the fact is, I just wanted to get to meet my new employee, answer any questions she might have. She must think it's a little bit odd that she hasn't even met her new boss yet.
Well, a little odd, but Amy takes things in stride. I don't think you'll find a better secretary than her.
She must be a little bit curious as to why I've hired her instead of a legal secretary.
Well, she has given it a thought or two, but she's good and she knows it. She'll pick up the legal stuff fast. You won't find anybody more eager, hardworking, or loyal than Amy.
Yes, well, that's what I've heard.
There's nobody like her, Mr. Lee. That's strictly a biased opinion, of course.
She is quite a champion in you, doesn't she?
Well, I plan to make things a little easier for her. It's been a tough year.
Yes, I know. I've heard. Losing her father and her brother in such tragic circumstances.
Oh, you know about that?
Yeah, so I make it a custom to learn about the people who work for me, and Amy's situation touched me deeply.
Well, you didn't hire her out of charity, did you? She'd hate that a lot.
No. I don't mix charity with business. Amy was hired on the basis of her qualifications.
And she'll come through for you. But of course, you can understand that her first priority right now is her baby.
Of course I understand that.
Good.
I understand it completely. Would you tell her that I'd drop by? We'll have our little talk some other time.
Yeah, she's very eager to meet you. I have to run right now, Mr. Lee. A friend of mine needs some help.
It's all right. I have to be on my way, too.
Yeah, okay. Straight to the door. Oh, yeah, you know a Dr. Renfro, don't you?
Dr. Renfro? Yes, I believe I do. Why do you ask?
Well, he was calling the office one day asking for you. It's a coincidence because he's Amy's doctor. He wasn't originally, but the doctor she was seeing kind of brought Dr. Renfro in on the case and turned Amy over to him. He's a hotshot specialist or something like that?
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He's one of the best. Now I know where I know him from. We both serve on the same medical ethics committee. It meets about twice a year.
Medical ethics.
That's right.
Very impressive. Well, I have to go right now. Thank you.
I'm glad we had this chance to talk, Mr. Wallace.
I am, too. You'll be seeing a lot of me, Mr. Lee, as long as Amy's working for you.
Oh, I look forward to that. Goodbye.
Mason, don't you ever answer your phone?
Don't talk, Dawn. This is critical. Absolutely. Hush, Dawn. I did it! I did it. You see that? I went all the way. How about that? It's fantastic. Now you can talk.
Your brain cells are deteriorating from all the booze. Mason, Ginger wants you to,
No, you know, I think that's a sign that my luck is changing. I think I'm finally winning again, Dawn.
Yeah, well, your kid brother Ted and some woman named Jackie got picked up in the raid, too.
What? Jackie and Ted are down at the station house with the girls? Two innocents among thieves. No offense. I'll get down there, Don, and straighten it out. Why did they take Ted in? He's just a kid. Didn't Jackie explain things? I guess not, huh? You're a fount of information, Don. I'll go find out for myself.
and be there, amigo. Please, Danny, if ever I needed you more, just show... Danny! Danny, it's you!
It must be. I just answered the phone.
Oh, Danny, man, you are not going to believe this, man. The apartment, it just got raided, man. I swear there are some girls over there Mason does some legal work with, right? I'm stuck here now at the police station. They think I'm involved with it. And Mrs. Parks came by because she thought, you know...
Well, Ted, this is the best one yet. I mean, this is great. This is pure genius. But listen, I just got out of the shower, and I'm standing here making puddles. So I'm going to go, pal, all right? Adios, and hey, thanks for the comedy routine, okay?
Wait, Danny!
He hung up?
Well, I should have known. He thinks this is a joke. See, we do this sort of thing to each other all the time.
Can't you take a hint?
Wait a minute. Wait, here's Mrs. Parks. She's going to explain it for you, okay? Wait!
Hi, Danny. This is Mrs. Parks, Ted's teacher. Listen, it's all true. We are down here at the police station, and we need somebody to come down here and identify us.
Oh, okay, listen. I'll be down as soon as I dry off and get dressed, all right?
Thanks, Danny. It's on his way.
It's kind of weird when your best friend won't take you seriously.
Oh, it's perfectly understandable. Listen, I've got some friends who think that everything I do is a riot. If I told them about this, they'd be doubled over with laughter.
Well, you're no ordinary teacher, Teach.
You know, this isn't the first time I was detained at the police station.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. A long time ago, Larry and I, before we were married, snuck into an old farmhouse.
Huh?
The owner caught us and called the police.
What happened?
Well, I had to call my parents, and they came and got me. They were very mortified and extremely angry.
Well, that's why I don't want to talk to my father.
Right. You know, now I can look back at that incident and laugh about how scared we were. And someday, we'll laugh about this one, too.
Why, you scared?
Oh, no. I just wish Larry were here. He has such a great sense of humor. You know, he just keeps us laughing. It's the thing I miss about him most. All the laughing we used to do.
I'm not leaving, and I'm not giving up my place in this family.
Good.
Goodness has nothing to do with it. Daddy?
Well, lady?
You go on with your marriage. I'm staying.
Yeah, I knew you'd stay, Eden. I knew it.
You did? I didn't.
Brandon, come. Let me fix your tie. It's crooked, dear.
Eden, I'm glad you decided to stay. Thank you.
Don't thank me. Thank Cruz. He's the one who talked me into staying.
She'll never forgive me.
That's kind of hard to believe. Anyway, the important thing is you're here.
Now that we can't fly out of here like Peter Pan, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Older and smarter.
It's a good start.
I'm not sure. I mean, there's so many things I want to do. But I don't dare tell my dad about them.
Why, wouldn't you approve?
No. He'd buy them for me. I swear, no joke. When I was 12 years old, I mentioned to him that I was kind of interested in tennis. He built me an entire tennis court with a full-time tennis pro.
Oh, it's like he's a genie or something.
Yeah, but this genie doesn't stop at just 3 wishes, man. This guy gets very materialistic. I was kind of getting into astronomy, right?
Mm-hmm.
This guy built me an entire observatory inside the pool house. I'm not kidding. This thing had a 10-inch telescope with these, like, hydraulic lifts that you can lift you right into the sky.
I get it. He kind of overkills you with kindness.
Oh, yeah. You know, once in a while, I think about becoming a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
I don't dare tell him that. He'd buy me a whole college just to make sure I got in.
Excuse me.
Oh, there he is. Danny, man.
Ted, hi.
Right there.
You look okay. Hi, Miss Parks. How you doing?
Danny.
Hey, handsome. Haven't I seen you around somewhere before?
I don't think so.
Oh, no. I never mistake a pair of shoulders. I remember. A few months ago, the old motel down by the tracks. The $5 lover.
Crystal.
That's right. And you're...
Danny.
Danny!
How you doing? You look fine.
Excuse me, Danny. Hi. I don't mean to break up your little reunion here, but
your
could you
friend and I were brought in together.
Oh, I understand.
No, Danny, you don't understand.
Look, it's all right. I didn't realize either.
Look,
when I first met
No, Danny, I didn't come here with anybody except Mrs. Parks.
Really?
Ted, I think that needs some clarification.
Look, would you just tell the officer who I am?
Sure, who do I tell?
Excuse me, sir. Hi, this is my doctor. I mean, this is the man who's going to vouch for me. Sorry.
All right. What's your name, son?
Danny.
Right, Danny, Andrade. I've got ID here, and this is my friend.
Crystal Capri.
Crystal Capri. No, she's not my friend.
Danny, jeez, thanks a lot.
No, I didn't mean it that way. I just meant let me do the talking, Crystal, all right?
I always like the way you talk.
I gather you know this young woman.
Yeah, kinda.
Have you ever solicited her professional services?
No.
We had a date.
Yeah.
Danny, would you vouch, all right, before you get yourself arrested?
Oh, sure. This is my best friend, Ted. Theodore Capwell.
No, Ted.
Right? I grew up with him. I've known him all my life. My mom and dad worked for his dad at the Capwell estate. I mean, go ahead, tell him. If you don't believe me, tell him.
No,
Go ahead.
he's my
They
friend.
do.
He works... Wait, what do you mean? You're supposed to be vouching for me, Danny.
Okay, look. We have never done anything wrong. Except the time with the camel. But they didn't prove that.
Danny.
And in this country, you're innocent until you're proven guilty, so you can't hold that against us.
To love and to cherish as long as we both shall live.
To love and to cherish as long as we both shall live.
And thereto I plight thee my troth.
And thereto I
Plight thee my troth.
plight thee my troth.
Do you have a ring?
Yes.
Place it on the bride's finger and repeat after me. This ring I give you in token and pledge of our constant faith and abiding devotion.
This ring I give you in token and pledge of our constant faith and abiding devotion.
Gina, do you have a ring?
Yes,
Place it on the groom's finger and repeat after me. This ring I give you in token and pledge of our constant faith and abiding devotion.
This ring I give you of token and pledge of our constant faith and abiding devotion.
Those whom God has joined together, let no man put asunder. For as much as Channing and Gina have consented together in holy wedlock, and have witnessed the same before God in this company, and thereto have given and pledged their troth, one to another, and have decided the same by joining hands, I pronounce that they are man and wife. Cece, you may kiss your bride.
Gina. Mommy!
Oh, Gina, what's wrong? Someone call a doctor right away. I'll take her upstairs.
That's the whole problem. You have to understand that.
Excuse me, Mason.
I just got a call from Jackie.
I know. That's why I'm here too. Shall we?
Yeah.
Ted, Danny.
Oh, Mason, man, I thought you skipped town.
It's about time you showed up.
Yeah, got here kind of late.
Well, sir, now that I'm here, everything will be fine.
This is my brother, Mason Capwell.
Hello, Mason. Your name's come up quite a few times around here today.
Yeah, well, you know how it is when lawyers are in demand. How are you, Sam?
Could be worse. Could be better.
Yeah, sounds familiar. Look, I can vouch for these people. This is Mrs. Jackie Parks. She's a highly respected English teacher at Lyman Prep, and her husband is a distinguished naval officer.
Sounds good. And who are you?
This is my friend Rick Wallace.
Yeah, I brought Mrs. Parks' passport.
Okay, let's fill out a few forms. I'll need your full name, address, and occupation.
Barnaby Wallace.
Barnaby?
Did you say Barnaby Wallace?
Just put Rick, 10345.
All right, Mason, this is it, right? You want to carry on this business with your little friends here? Then I'm moving out.
Look, Ted, I can understand why you're so upset, but I promise you it will never happen again.
You bet it won't. Because either they go or I go, man. Do you realize what could happen to Miss Parks? I mean, she could have lost her job because of this foolish little game here.
Ted, wait a minute. Mason couldn't have known that I'd stop by.
No, Ted's right. I've exposed innocent people to a very unpleasant situation. I'm going to do my best to correct it. I still have some residual influence around here.
Well, I appreciate that, and I also appreciate what you said about my husband and myself.
Well, it was only the truth.
Miss Parks, Master Capwell, after you both sign here, you can go home. Sorry about the mix-up.
Listen, Jackie, after I take care of these young ladies, if you like, I'd be happy to drive you back to your car.
That's okay, Mason. I'll make sure she gets to her car.
You can both come with me.
Mrs. Parks?
Look, Mason, okay, until you get your act together, I want you to stay away from Mrs. Parks.
Really are ashamed of me, aren't you, Ted?
Okay, all set. Listen, I've got a great idea. Why don't we celebrate our release by having a little informal dinner party, and you're all invited. Mason, can you come?
Well, I don't know if I should.
Come on.
Yeah, come on. I'd really like you to.
All right, I'd love to. I haven't had a home-cooked meal in a long time.
Terrific. Ted?
Yeah, sure.
cricket.
Well, unfortunately, I have to drive Mrs. Lockridge to a concert tonight. But if you don't mind me eating and writing...
Not at all. I said it was informal. Come on, let's go.
All right, I'll be right along.
Okay, we'll see you there.
Bye, Bear.
Mason, you suppose you could do your job and get us out of here?
I intend to, Crystal. Ladies, if you would join me for a moment.
Gina, sweetheart, are you all right?
What happened?
You fainted, darling. Doctor's on his way.
Oh, we are married, aren't we?
Yes, indeed. You're Mrs. C.C. Capwell. The only thing that's not official is our kiss. We'll have plenty of time for that.
Oh, thank God. Thank God.
You think it was the pregnancy that made you faint?
Yes, that's it. I think it was the pregnancy. And also all this excitement. I think I just need a little quiet right now.
Well, I'll stay with you until the doctor shows up.
Oh, sweetheart, you don't have to do that. I think I should talk to Brandon privately right now just to set his mind at ease.
Be outside in the hallway. See you soon, Mrs. Capwell.
Sweetheart, now I don't want you to worry about me because I'm all right now. And Cece and I are married.
I know.
Everything is possible now, Brandon. You're going to have a wonderful life. All I have to do is make Cece happy, and I know I can do that. Oh, sweetheart, you remember those pills you brought Mommy before? Are they on the bed, or did I drop them on the floor? Anywhere? Could you see them?
No, they're not here.
Well, I must have left them in the atrium. Can you run downstairs and find them for me? But don't let anyone see you. And just bring them back up to me, all right?
Okay.
Hurry up, sweetheart.
Would you rather I hadn't told you?
I'd rather there had been nothing to tell.
She came to. She seems to be better.
Well, that's good, Mr. C.
Well, now that the ceremony is over, maybe things will calm down. Honey, I appreciate your being here. It meant everything to me.
It seemed wrong not to have one of your children here. I mean, Brandon's your child now. Stepson. But, I mean, a blood relative.
Poor little Brandon, he's had an awful lot to deal with lately. But I'm going to change all that. I'll spend some more time with him. Teach him how to ride and sail.
Make sure he gets the best schooling, like Channing, Exeter, and Harvard.
Well, he's very bright. I want him to have the best. Oh, that reminds me. I'm going to set up a trust for him, and I want to name you as trustee, and along with Gina, in case something happens to me.
I'm flattered you think of me, Daddy.
Well, of course, you're a natural choice. Well, I think I will call Kelly in Bermuda and break her the news. I hesitated before because it wasn't official. Now I think it's safe.
Gina DeMont, 1 capsule 4 times a day for pain. No more than 4 in 24 hours. If I don't get out of here, I'm going to explode.
Let's get out of here.
Asparagus or broccoli?
Broccoli. Asparagus.
We'll have both. Listen, are you sure you don't mind doing the shopping?
No, not at all. But listen, I just want to check on Amy. Of course, I want to tell her that the great J. Stanfield Lee came to see her in person. She's not going to believe what went on while she was taking a nap. I'll just be in a minute, okay?
Okay.
But you sure you want to go through the Stolden's Parks? I mean, Mason and I can go out to eat.
Ted, don't you trust my cooking?
No, I just don't want to impose.
Just a second.
All right.
Oh, hi, Mason.
From a nearby field.
That's sweet. Thank you. Come on in. Well, if you two will excuse me, I'm going to go in the kitchen and see what else I should get for dinner.
Fine. You'll be happy to know that the young ladies are on their way home.
Not our home, I hope.
No. And you'll also be interested to know that the entire incident was nothing but harassment. Who do you think was responsible?
One of your many enemies?
My archest enemy, C.C. Capwell. I was the one who was supposed to be picked up, not you.
Oh, come on, you're making that up, man.
I have it on good authority, Ted.
Mason, if you were struck by lightning, you'd blame it on Dad. Come on, you're just paranoid about him.
Sweetheart, you're such a big help.
Do they make you feel better, Mommy?
Yes, they do, sometimes.
Gina, the doctor's here.
Hello.
Hello, Doctor.
And congratulations, Mrs. Capwell. How are you feeling?
Oh, much better.
Brandon, why don't you and I go to the kitchen and see if we can find you cookies and milk?
Okay.
I'll see you later, sweetheart.
Bye.
Bye. Doctor, you didn't say anything to my husband about my not being pregnant, did you?
No. I told you I wouldn't.
Well, good, because I really think I should be the one to tell him. Oh, and by the way, those pills you gave me before.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you see, my maid, by mistake, she threw them away. So I would like another prescription, please.
You been having much pain?
No, not really, but sometimes it really does hurt.
All right. Tell you what I'm gonna do. This time I'll prescribe a non-narcotic pill for you.
Well, no, that won't be good enough when I really need it.
Mrs. Capwell, they're very effective. They're just not as strong.
Oh, but...
Wow. How's the patient?
Oh, her blood pressure's down a little bit, but otherwise she's fine.
Oh, that's wonderful. And the baby?
I think I'll let your wife report to you on that. I'll check by tomorrow and see how you're doing, okay? And in the meantime, don't go out dancing.
We won't.
Okay.
Thank you, Evan.
You bet.
Well, what do you have to report to me?
Oh, well, it's only that the reason why I fainted was because of my pregnancy, just like you said. But the baby is fine. Of course, I'm only a few weeks along, but the doctor said that there'll be no problem in my carrying it.
Well, that's the best news I could hear. I'm going to take very good care of both of you. A beautiful wife, our child. You're both very precious to me.
Come on, you don't hate your father.
Part of me does, I mean it. For the first time in years, I think I understand how Mason feels. They deserve each other. He's just as devious as she is.
Maybe so, but I think they love each other in their way.
He loves her child. She loves his money. He didn't need to court her, and she didn't need to get panicky and get pregnant. They have exactly what they want.
Yeah, well, at least maybe now I'll tell her the truth.
No. For people like my father, truth is a commodity to be bartered or hoarded, depending upon the situation.
Don't you think you're being a little hard on the guy, Eden?
No. Do you think he was hard on Santana and Channing? Taking away their baby? Poor Santana. I never liked her, but I feel sorry for her. I don't want to go home tonight.
That's good. 'Cause I wasn't going to let you go anywhere anyway.
You know, I can almost understand it in a way that Daddy, he did it because he thought maybe they weren't going to be responsible with the baby, or... Who am I kidding? Who am I kidding? Daddy was probably afraid that Santana was going to ruin Channing's political career, our future senator, governor, president. Married to the daughter of a Mexican maid. Heaven forbid. Do you think my father's prejudiced?
You know, if I had my way, you'd never go back there again, ever.
Oh, I fear I made a pig of myself.
Well, that's the best compliment you can pay a cook.
You're as gracious as your food is delicious. In the months to come, I shall warm to the memory of your hospitality. Are you watching TV or eavesdropping, Ted?
Both.
Well, you won't have Mason Capwell to kick around any longer. I'd better be going, Jackie.
Oh, okay.
Ted, you coming with me?
Well, I really want to watch this TV show. Do you mind, Miss Parks?
No, that's fine, because after this, you're going to help me with the dishes.
Oh, I should really be helping, too.
Next time you come for dinner, okay?
You got a deal. Thank you, Jackie.
Anytime.
Ted, see me to the door? Look, I hate to ask you this again, but I'm in dire need of a loan from you. $250.
All right, you got it.
Thanks. I'd be very grateful if it could be sooner rather than later at your convenience.
Sure, as soon as I get home, man.
Thanks, Ted.
Why hasn't told Gina the truth? Why he still kept it a secret? Don't you dare fall asleep during the middle of my tirade.
Oh, is this the middle? I'm glad you're here. I thought we were still near the beginning.
You ain't got no respect, you know that, buddy?
Now, Eden, that's not true. I respect the elegance of your earlobes, the softness of your shoulders, and you know I respect the strength in your thighs.
You're talking like I'm horseflesh. What are you doing?
Shut up. Horseflesh can't talk. Well, let's see now. Flaxen mane and tail. Nice withers. Great fetlocks. Not yet broken to the halter, but pretty good conformation. And everything fits together well. She's got an easy way of going. Let me check your mouth.
Why?
Let's see how old you are. Not too long in the tooth. Think you'll do.
For what?
For a wife. Seriously. Will you marry me?